Welcome back. So, my hands are clean. Anyway, this is a follow-up on that 304 that we got for the 4th cylinder. So if you've been following along, or if you watched the first video and you're here for the second one, I'm going to show you exactly what the problem was. So in the previous video, which I'll link up here, was a P0304, which is a misfire in the 4th cylinder, which is on the passenger side. This is a 5.4 3-valve Triton 2006 Ford Expedition. 2004 to 2008, the spark plug design on this particular motor and the 4-point whatever basically was crap. And we've been having nothing but troubles with this motor with these spark plugs. Here is the part number for the Motorcraft. These are altogether any aftermarket, and this particular one, in my opinion, crap. All crap. They can either break inside the motor and then you have bigger problems. They burn out too quick. Anyway, we're moving on. So before you do anything to your motor, disconnect that red thing over there. Okay, what I did recently is I took some baking soda and some water and I cleaned that up pretty good. Came out all right, I guess. I don't know. You can see the residue. Yeah, there's some sort of chemical reaction. There's still looks like some issues right there. I don't know. What are we going to do? We're going to clean that up later. We got to clean the motor. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the problem. So when you watched the previous video, you saw that we pulled out the ignition coil and I cleaned it, but I didn't clean it on screen. I ended up having this in the chamber where the spark plug is. How in the hell did that get in there? Well, I had hired a mechanic about a year and a half ago to do a tune-up, or 2 years ago to do a tune-up on this car, and he replaced all 8 spark plugs. I didn't have time at the time, and I was afraid that they were going to break, and if he had all the tools, then he could easily take out and extract the spark plugs because of the way they're designed. Let me just show you real quick. These seed way down in there, so you got that part. What happens is they break off relatively in this area or here, and sometimes you have to end up taking the extractor tool and extracting the thread down of it out of the motor. So if they were the original ones, which I'm pretty sure they were, that was what we were faced with at that time. So what I had to do was take this mirror. Hey, how are you? What's going on? I had to take this mirror and a flashlight and reflect it down into the hole, so something like this, to see what I thought at first was rust, because it was kind of laying like this, and then it had condensation in there and debris. I mean, there was a lot of stuff in there. I went to the internet and there was mixed communications between 5/8 and 9/16. This one is a 9/16 that I showed you. Okay, so there could be a 5/8 spark plug out there that could be required for this car, but neither one of those deep sockets that I had worked for me to even take it out. It's such a pain back there because you have to take out the computer and the bracket, and you have to be able to maneuver around the hoses and everything that are back there, which you saw in the previous video. So what I wanted to do is just show you a follow-up of what the problem was. In some cases, it's either the spark plug has gone bad, the ignition coil has gone bad, or you'll get condensation in there because of the design of the ignition coil going into the chamber, which does not prevent the debris. What happens is those little, here, let me show you real quick. These little bolts, this is an ignition coil right here. These little nuts, or I'm sorry, these little bolts right here, they get loose, and it causes this whole thing to loosen up and allow debris to get trapped and go down into the chamber, causing misfires and allowing condensation if you wash your motor, if it rains, whatever the case may be, go through mud puddles. So it's a problem. So you got to stay on that. You got to maintain that as much as possible. That's at least from what I've experienced so far. So I wouldn't have thought that this would have been down there causing the issue and then coming up a year or so later. It looks like it might have been one of the grips to to a tool. I don't know, a pair of pliers of some sort. I have no idea what the hell it's from. It's not from a glove. It is rubber, not latex, but that was the culprit. Amazing. Anyway, that's what happened, and she runs perfect now for the time being, and we're just waiting for something more to happen. So thanks, Ford. And hey guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. I know I don't do a lot of these car videos, but I try to do them as things like this come up. So hopefully you learned something. Peace.